We've got a 2003 Toyota Highlander with a check engine light on. The owner says that they think it's Evap codes. Well, let's get the Innova 5610 plugged in and see if we can figure it out. Yeah, we've got P0442, Evap emission system leak, detected small leak. We've got a P0441, Evap emission system incorrect purge flow. And we also have a P0446, Evap emission system vent control circuit. So we definitely have something going on with our Evap system. Now I printed out a couple diagrams on this particular vehicle's Evap system. Let me go grab those and we'll go over that real quick. I'll put this up on the screen so you can follow along, but essentially it's just a schematic or a diagram that shows all of the different components of the Evap system. Not only under the hood, but also near the tank and the charcoal canister. Now you can see we have several different valves. We have the purge valve up here on the top. They call it the VSV for Evap. We also have the canister closed valve, which is the VSV right here near the air cleaner. And we also have another switch or VSV down here near the charcoal canister. You do need to make sure that your gas cap is sealing properly. You can see we also have a vapor pressure sensor here integrated in the charcoal canister, and that is what the computer uses to read the different pressures and vacuum on the Evap system. A visual inspection is very important when you're diagnosing an Evap system. And that's really the first thing I'm going to do is pop the hood and take a look under the hood and down below and just make sure that there's nothing obvious or nothing is knocked off, no hoses are missing or cracked. So let's do that now. Now, if you notice under the hood, we also have a vacuum hose routing diagram. It shows all of the different valves and all of the different hoses where everything connects. A lot of times these will get pulled off and connected wrong, so you'll have a really nice reference right here under the hood. But as I mentioned, the first thing I wanted to do was that visual inspection and make sure that none of these hoses are disconnected or cracked or obviously knocked off. It's pretty common that they do get knocked off. And I already found one. I can't believe it. I thought for sure we were going to be doing a long diagnosis on this, but take a look at this. This hose right here, if you can see that, it's off. And that's exactly what happened. The air cleaner was lifted off and that hose did not go back on, and that's what's caused the check engine light in this vehicle. Now, a lot of times if you get your oil changed at one of these quick oil change places, they will also check your air filter. They're trying to sell you an air filter, but a lot of times they'll pull this air cleaner box apart or they'll take it off to take out that air filter. A lot of times they might knock off a hose. I've even seen the little nipples break off of the air boxes. So that's just something you do want to look for as well. Can guarantee that that's our issue. And that's going to be a very easy fix. Seriously, I thought this would be a much longer video, and I had this other thing printed up here to show you as well. This is the Evap monitor sequence. I'll put it up here on the screen so it's more clear. But what it does is it shows you all of the different valves and at what state they open and close. So this one right here, the canister closed valve, is usually open. That's this right here so that the tank can draw in fresh air. But at one point here, when it starts to draw vacuum or negative pressure, it closes. And right there where it closes, this is what's not happening, because you can't draw vacuum if you have a wide open leak like this or an open line. So right here, that's the P0441, negative pressure occurs. We had an issue with that. That's why it triggered that code. And then right here, leak testing period occurs, P0440 or P0442. So we got a P0442 code. And then right here, P0446, the bypass valve is normally closed, but it opens during testing. And then the purge valve, which is right over here under this cover, that opens and then it closes. Again, this is not that hard if you can take your time and run through this, but just by popping the hood and doing a visual inspection, we found our problem. I can't even believe that it's this simple, but that's how it happens sometimes. And you got to chalk that up for a win. All I have to do is put this hose back on, which is not hard to do. I'm going to pinch the little clamp. Okay, so that is on now. I'm also going to pull off this cover real quick and show you where that purge valve is, because that's another common culprit. So let's do that real quick. All right, we're going to pull off this cover here. It's a 5mm Allen. And then this Toyota emblem, you just unscrew this. All right, so this valve back here is our purge valve, and a lot of times these will stick, or they won't switch, and so that will also trigger some of those same codes. And a lot of times these hoses here will get real brittle and crack, so a lot of times I like to take a look at those as well. These look to be okay, and I imagine our purge valve is working fine. We just had a wide open leak there, which caused our check engine lights on this one. Now, one of the cool things about the Innova 5610 is that we can activate or turn on the purge valve and the canister closed valve. So let's go do that now. I'm going to show you how to do that with that scan tool. All right, so let's hit menu and hit active test. Okay, and here are the options that we have for this particular vehicle. The AC magnetic clutch relay, canister pressure control VSV, that's what we're gonna do. We can also command the fuel pump on, injector volume, or purge VSV. That's the other one we're gonna do. So first, let's do the canister pressure control VSV. That's the canister closed valve that's attached to the air cleaner or the air box. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn this on, but I'm gonna bring the camera down underneath the hood so that we can listen and hear that turn on or off. This cord on the Innova is long enough. Let's just go underneath there together. All right, I'm still plugged into the vehicle, and this is what you're gonna hear clicking right now. I'm gonna hit on. There it is. I just heard this turn on. And there it just clicked off. And it says result successful. So now I'm gonna go back, and we're gonna go down to the purge valve. Here's our purge valve right here. I'm gonna activate this now. You hear that? And there you go, purge VSV, result successful. We of course heard that series of clicks over here, and this is working properly, or working exactly like it should. Such a nice, quick and easy way to test the canister close valve and the purge valve with the Innova 5610 scan tool. I used to do a lot of work on these 1MZ FE engines from Toyota. These are in a lot of Highlanders, they're in Avalons, they're in Camrys, even some of the Lexuses as well, the ES300 and RX300. Now, because I used to work on a lot of those vehicles, I happen to have a lot of spare parts, and I just dug this out of my spare parts bin just to try to help save this owner some money. And I found this right here, which is off of an old Toyota Avalon, and this has the same engine, the same setup, and we have a purge valve right here. So you can see I have a couple leads hooked up to a 9-volt battery, and we can just clamp onto one of these prongs right here and then just touch that and listen for a click. It's a nice strong click, and so this purge valve is probably still usable or still in good enough condition to use. But I also have some of these spare hoses for the same reason. I was thinking if we found a cracked hose or something like that, we could also use some of these spare parts to fix that. Just trying to help this owner out and help them save some money. Turns out it was just a very simple repair, just a simple fix. That hose was knocked off at the airbox. So let's go put the engine cover back on, and then we'll clear those codes and take it for a little test drive, make sure nothing comes back before we give this back to the owner. Okay, now we're gonna erase our codes. Erase was successful. This car has just under 89,000 miles, which is amazing. Take a look here though. You can see we've got a oil change sticker from 84,687. So probably the last time or time before last that they had the oil change, that hose was knocked off. 90% sure that that was our issue. We're just gonna do the right thing, go on a quick test drive, and then we'll rescan it, make sure that none of those codes come back. But I also have a little surprise in mind for this owner. Let me show you. Let's run for a quick little test drive, and we've got to make one quick stop as well. Hey, how are you?
Doing good. How can we help?
I'd like to get the Innova 5610 scan tool, please.
You got it. Let me go grab it.
Thank you.
Is this the one you're looking for?
Yes, that's it.
All right.
Awesome. Thank you.
Let me get you rung out.
Thank you so much.
You're
This is
welcome.
awesome. Appreciate it.
And have a great day.
All right, take care.
You too.
All All right, so let's get hooked up here again with the Innova 5610 after our nice little test drive there. Make sure we don't have any other pending codes or any other issues. Okay, so it says no powertrain DTCs or freeze frame data presently stored, but you see we do have a red blinking Evap inspection monitor, basically letting us know that that is not complete. So let's go down here and take a look at our drive cycle procedures. Now this is going to let us know what we need to do in order to get that to complete. Unfortunately with Evap, a lot of times you have to let the vehicle cool down. So we may have to wait a little bit here or just give the vehicle back to the owner, and just with normal driving, they'll go through that. But let's take a look here at the incomplete monitors. The Evap system monitor is the only one that's incomplete. Let's hit enter. Now it says monitor status will be reset to incomplete if the ECU loses power, DTC codes are cleared, which is what we did, or conditions for enabling conditions have not been met. Avoid sudden speed changes during the process. If a drive cycle is interrupted, it can be resumed. Let's hit continue. Now here it gives us a list of everything we need to do in order to complete the drive cycle procedure for the Evap system monitor. Well, we don't have anything pending or anything like that, so I think we are good to give this back to the owner. I'm going to go call the owner, let them know that this is ready to be picked up, and surprise them with this nice gift from Innova Electronics. Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Good. Here's your key.
Thank you very much.
So like I said, everything's fixed. It was a really simple repair, and I have the hood popped here because I want to show you what it was. Now, I was talking to you on the phone. You said that you change your own oil now, but you did take it to an oil change place previously?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, because I saw the sticker up on the windshield. They probably took this air cleaner off in order to show you the air filter. A lot of times they'll do that. They'll check that and try to sell you one. This hose right here, see this in the back? It was pulled off, and probably because the oil change place, you know, they probably took this air box off in order to show you the air filter and try to sell that to you. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do.
So that sometimes happens when they pull on this. So that's just something you want to be mindful of in the future. But no parts required. This is a no charge today. So
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
You're too nice. Thank you so much.
no problem at all. But I also wanted to give you something else here. This right here is the scan tool that I use. This is the same brand, Innova, the 5610 model. This is what I used in order to diagnose and repair your car. And that's a gift to you from Innova Electronics.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So high tech and amazing.
It is. It's very nice. And it's going to help you save a lot of money in the future so that you don't have to take your car to a mechanic. If you get a check engine light, just plug this in, follow the steps there, and it should point you in the right direction and help you learn how to fix your own car. I'll give you a link to my channel as well. I've got a lot of repair videos where I use this scan tool, and that's going to help you fix, diagnose, and save some money on your car.
Thank you so much for everything.
You're very welcome. Let me put the hood down for you. Let me know if the check engine light does come back on. Of course, you've got your own scan tool now, but the Evap code that we reset is still pending, or the inspection monitor still needs to complete. What that means is it needs to go through its drive cycle. It might take a day or two, but just keep me posted if that check engine light comes back on. We just had not completed that inspection monitor drive cycle, but now that you have your own scan tool, that's something that you can plug in and check as well. So
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
all right, you're all set. Take care. And we're done. That was a pretty quick and easy job. I already knew that it was an Evap code, so I was trying to get prepared with some of these diagrams and even the spare parts over there. Ended up being a very quick and easy repair, just that hose that was knocked off by an oil change place. I hope you guys like this video. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you don't mind. That does help me out. Another quick shout out to Innova for sponsoring this video, not only with the gift, but they were going to sponsor the cost of the repair as well. In this case, no parts required in just a few minutes. I'm not charging anything at all for the cost of this repair, but just wanted to say thanks to you guys as well for subscribing and supporting this channel. And companies like Innova have really helped this channel grow, and I just want to say thanks to them as well. Thanks so much for watching, and good luck.